My name is Vladimir Cizmanski. I was commanded by Oakwood from Windsor as commanding chapel for me to be in Montenegro. But as I started to have the calling from God to the mission, actually I was saved when I was 12, and since then I felt calling to go to Montenegro. I was born and raised in Serbia, and at that time it was one country. And what is interesting from that time, Montenegro was the only region of Yugoslavia that didn't have evangelical believers or evangelical churches so that we would know of. That was really needy area for the gospel. So during my teenage, I was kind of backslider, but that desire to go to Montenegro was always there in my heart, like on the back of my mind. Whenever I was kind of, as we are saying, closer to God, that fire to go to Montenegro and be a missionary was really strong in me. When I had my low points, that was less, but they were still there. So it was kind of a good sign for me that this desire is really coming from God, which was very, very important for me, because I didn't want to push something that is not God's will. But if it's God's will, I wanted to be sure that it is not coming from my imagination, but really from God. And I wanted God's proofs that He's behind this idea. So that was really something special for me. At that time, I was living in Serbia, and I spoke only once with one person regarding my desire. I didn't want to share this idea to many people, because I didn't want to create the atmosphere or view that, you know, I'm trying to recruit somebody to send me. But I wanted to see God is on the move. And that person with two other brothers went to Montenegro for vacation. And as they were going back to their home, that man spoke with these two guys and saying, well, there is no evangelical church in Montenegro. What we could do about that? And then this man reminded himself that I said to him like a year ago that I would like to be a missionary in Montenegro. And he said, well, Vladimir told me that he would like to come, so let's contact him, and if he is still available and willing to go, let's support him for 3 months and see how it will go. But when he appeared to me on my working place and saying me this very shortly, it was like a lightning from blue sky into my heart, you know, because it was so unexpected for me. So myself and the other guy from the same region went to Montenegro, and we started actually from scratch. You know, we didn't know anyone. We came by train and bought the newspaper where were ads for renting houses or apartments. We found one house that was renting like a room and bathroom, and that was it. So our room was kitchen and bedroom and living room and everything. So those were really humble beginnings. But we were very glad that God gave us opportunity to see the mission field. And since Montenegro is very closed society, it is very difficult to gain some friends and trust. It takes a long time to gain the trust, and even then you're not accepted like one of them, even we are speaking the same language and have very similar culture. But with small ethnicities, it is difficult. I'm not quite sure how many doors we knocked on, But one family got saved through that. It took 14 years from the first member of that four-member family till the last one to get saved. But now that young man who was young at that time, he has a family now, 4 kids, had his struggles, but now he's very strong believer in the assembly, and he's a deacon, and his the oldest son just got saved. Very radical change. Even he was not some bad guy, but you can see the difference in him, that he is really loving God and love church, want to pour himself, investing himself into church. So it's nice to see the enthusiasm that is in his heart, to serve. There is our assembly that is about with 45 members, but we have more attendance than that because there are some missionaries from US and South Africa that are associated with our church, doing their ministries from their sending organizations, but we are working together in our church. We want to be disciple makers, so that also takes time, especially with younger generation, and bearing in mind that all these converts are actually first generation of converts in the country. They do not have a concept of going to church like on the West, whether you're converted or not. So there is no that concept. So you are teaching them from the beginning the basic things about Christian life, sanctification, how to behave toward opposite sex, how to recognize their gifts, how they can serve, all other things. So there is handful of work. How we are evangelizing. We are going still from home to home in this way. Whole Montenegro is covered already 1.9 times. We are starting third circle with the tracts. So this is a big blessing. So Montenegro is small in numbers and in the area. The last census was 660,000, so it's not even a million, but there are many houses that are just in remote areas where you have few houses in the hill or so sometimes terrain is very rough and you need off-road vehicle to get there. Be close to God, because God has plan and God has intentions and God has He's on the mission, and the best way is to be close to Him in order to recognize His calling. There must be calling, but not like if He wants to call me, let Him call me in some convenient time. So we are helpers of God, right? We are collaborating with God. So He is the chief, and I'm the one who is following the orders or His plan. Once we know what is His calling, then follow Him tightly. Don't think about this world, because this world and desires of this world is diminishing, disappearing, will be nothing until on the end. This world is so appealing, to be in it, to be comfort and to enjoy as much as you can, but still be Christian. So be serious with God, walking with Him, because He's ambitious. He's ambitious with your life. He's ambitious what you can do and achieve in that life for God's kingdom. So even I came to Canada, um, and even it was difficult for me to make decision to leave Canada and to go to mission field. I'm saying today, I'm so happy that I was following God's calling, and that my life is really different, very much different than if I would stay here and enjoy life. So I know everyone has its own struggles and it's not easy, but life with total surrender to God is something which is enriching so much.